Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Wow. All right. Welcome to the Calvin Dean Show, everyone. This is Calvin Dean, and we do have a great show for you today. Oh my, do we ever. I was just at the EV Expo 2022 at Long Beach. I want to thank everyone for inviting me there. I had a great time. Great time. Oh, wow. I'm telling you, man, we're all moving to the future. I mean, there was motorcycles that were EV. Yeah, motorcycles. Wow. And, skateboards. And there was these three wheel vehicles that was really cool. That was the big hit, I think. And then bicycles, motorized bicycles. Yeah. They per charge, they get around 35, 40 miles. And they can get up to 28 miles per hour. And on just the energy alone. Now, it does help, I believe, how they explained it, if you have some massive hills, and you're not as in shape as a lot of people are in the NFL, right? And, it just helps you out. I mean, actually, it's the future. And that's the scary part about the future, mind you. That's the scary part. Bicycles with, motorized by electricity. And, that's just, for me, if I'm going to buy a bicycle, I'm not going to rely on, any type of powered bicycle. Now, the powered bicycles, there's one I was looking at. I'm not going to mention the name of the manufacturer. But I saw this one, and it was like $1,100. And then they said, if you buy it today, if you buy it right now, you get $200 in accessories. And I would say, well, what is that? I said, oh, bike racks and stuff like that. Oh, wow. For my car? I asked. And then she replied, no, it's not for my car. It's like for the house. So you can put it on the wall, which probably cost them around, $30 to make. And they're claiming it's a $200 deal. Anyway. But, I just looked at that. It was kind of cool. And there was another one out there, the Magnum. Yeah, Magnum. And those are really cool. And the bike itself were cool. You know what? I'm telling you something. The bikes were really well made. And okay, they have a little power. And sometimes we need that. Maybe get up the speed. You could use it in stunts and stuff like that. It'd be kind of fun. So I didn't really go into it with blinders on. I wanted to be open, very open, and see everything. And the cool part is that I get to look at all the other cars, because I do own a Tesla, and it's a Tesla 3. I don't know if you guys are into the Teslas or any type of cars, but it's a performance, and which is the ultra fast one that gets like 2.9 in the 60, which is kind of fun. And it does, man. Oof. But what I love about it is the autopilot, because when I had to drive to Long Beach, and I was in, the freeway, and I was just like, put it on autopilot. It just stays in a lane. It stays certain many car distances away from everyone, Okay, you need to get over and get into the other lane. You just put the blinker on, and your car just moves over. It has 8 cameras. And, you get so spoiled driving something like this, guys. It's an experience that like no other in driving a car. It just is. Yeah, you just have to drive a Tesla one day. At first it's really tricky. You don't know what's going on with the autopilot. You're like, should I trust it? We're going around a curve. Oh no, we're changing lanes. Should I trust it? But in actuality, if you did any studying on this subject, look at it. There's a study on it, and the study that I had read was all about that the totally autonomous vehicles, okay, are more safe than actual people. And I can actually see that. Because when I'm sitting in, traffic and the traffic went down to zero, my car stopped. Okay? It stopped. And then when everyone started going, the car started going. And all you have to do is keep your hand on the wheel and, and you can just mind your own business. Now, mind you, it's a lot. I do pay attention. I'm not one of those guys, okay, I'm going to be doing this. Oh, I need to put my hands on the steering wheel. No, I do pay attention, but it's easier. It makes the whole job of driving a heck of a lot easier, especially in Los Angeles, because in Los Angeles, no matter where you go, no matter what time of day, it's going to be bumper-to-bumper traffic. I mean, there's very few times you get the traffic of like the 405 freeway near, UCLA and Westwood, right around that area. They call it the pass, the Sepulveda Pass, and that thing is like bumper. It's like a parking lot, And every time, of course, when I was driving down there, what happens? Sepulveda Pass. What? Bumper-to-bumper traffic. But, I enjoyed it because my car was actually driving. And that was the cool part, I was snacking on a protein box from Starbucks and, drinking my coffee and enjoying a drive, guys. This is the future. And I love it. It's like football, and I compare it to like football. And the 2022 season is going to be so exciting. I mean, literally, you're going to see offenses and defenses that are you'll see a great play from the offense, and then you're going to see a great play from the defense, because the defenses, that's where this whole show is about, is the new defenses that's in the NFL. And it's all about the rush, and it is. I'm telling you, to get to the Super Bowl, you need a defense that's going to stop something. Like the Cincinnati Bengals. They stopped the Los Angeles Rams in the Super Bowl running. They just stopped them cold. Okay? Now, they didn't have an answer for Cooper Kupp, but who does, right? And yeah, really, who does? But the great part about all this is that the comparison of the future of cars to the future of the NFL. I mean, we have now defensive ends, Walker, who just got drafted to the Jags, and this is funny. That he didn't want to go to the Jags. That's just, now it's my sources, and the source was that he wasn't answering the phone. It took him like 4 times, and then finally he answered. It kept going to voicemail. And then one time it was just ringing, and then it was just kept going to voicemail. So on the 4th time he answered the phone, and he was like, I gotta go to the Jags. All right, I'll sign. Maybe I can get the heck out of here soon. And that's sad, but it's true. People. It is true. And but besides that, what I was trying to get at is that these defensive ends, Mr. Walker, he does the 40-yard dash. He's 275 pounds, guys. 6'4", right? 206, 4'5", 4'5". I'm sorry, 4'5", a defensive end. There are some receivers that can't go 4'5", that are still playing in the NFL. And this guy, and then Derek Stingley. Oh my God. Well, we all saw Jamar Chase, right? How amazing the guy is. He's just a phenom. And that's what this whole show is about. All this new young talent that's just going to oh my God, the 2022 season is going to be amazing. Trust me. It's going to be the most exciting season. There are going to be teams that are going to be winning. You're going to go, how did they win? And it's going to be so hard to call games this year. It's going to be very, very, very hard. And, you have to realize is that this is from, the future is now. The future is now, just like the technology. Like I was telling you about the EV Expo that I went to. They had 3-wheel cars. Like I said, that was just this huge hit. I took some video on it, and I'm going to put that on my YouTube channel. And if you go to thecalvindeanshow.com and just type in vlog, VLOG, and it'll take you right to my YouTube channel. And you can watch some of the footage I got from the Expo. It was insane. There's everyone's seeing how amazing the Tesla is. And mind you, I'll be completely unequivocally honest. There was not one car that matched the Tesla in that show. I know I'm being, it's just because I own one, but I own one and I know what it looks like inside. It's very minimal. You can't see the vents. The vents are, it's amazing how they hid the vents from everyone. And there's no levers for the vents. It's all on the screen. And that's what's just so amazing. So amazing. I just love the minimalistic thing. And I don't like knobs in front of me and stuff, which the Tesla 3 does not have. And I love that. So I'm trying to make the comparison that all this new technology, and mind you, there's a lot of new technologies out there. Example, the torn ACL now. Now, it used to be where it would be at least the second year the guy would be coming back. It's really strong. But from technology and studies, now what they do before they even do the surgery, they really work the quad and the hammies and all the muscle groups around that knee, right? So, and they work it hard, a little bit harder than normal, and they try to get it to be incredibly stronger, right? And then they go to the operation, and then they do the operation. And now they're finding out that the recovery time is a lot less now from the studies. I can believe it. I actually dislocated my shoulder, many moons ago. It was I think it was late 80s. And they cut my shoulder because I dislocated the shoulder playing ball. And I remember the second time when I dislocated a shoulder, they put it back in. And then I said, well, I'll lift weights, and I'll get really strong. It won't pop out again. Well, first game of the season, I'm playing center field. I see a baseball hit. Man, I'm running in, dive, caught the ball, on the ground and flipped and dislocated my shoulder. And I passed out. It was so painful, very painful. And, but getting to what I was trying to get at is that they had to cut my arm from a good, I would say 5 inches of a scar I have. And that was then, but now they'll scope the shoulder and put it together that way. And it's a lot less recovery time. And it's a lot less recovery time for the ACLs. So someone coming off an ACL like Odell Beckham, it's a lot different than his other ACL tear that he had. Because he's going to come off it a lot faster. And, so everything is moving forward. If you get what I'm looking at, we got cars, we got motorcycles, electric motorcycles. Can you believe that? And then, scooters and all this new technology, and then the new technology in medicine and now the NFL, All this new blood going in the NFL. I mean, look at how many Georgia players went in the first round, right? I mean, it was all defense. And, this draft was all about defense. And what that's going to do, that's going to make the playing field a little bit better. You know what I mean? Watch Derek Stingley. He's going to, seriously, go to YouTube and type in Derek Stingley, Jamar Chase in practice. Okay? Do it for me. Look at how Stingley covers Jamar Chase. He covers him like a glove. And this is Jamar Chase we're talking about. We're talking about, Tyreek Hillish. That's who Jamar Chase is. Seriously. He's another Jamar Chase is just as good as Tyreek Hill. I'm telling you right now. And Stingley, he'll be able to cover him one-on-one. Just think about that. You guys got... What about the kid from Cincinnati? Bourne. Oh my God. He's like... I think he's like 4'2" or something. Some stupid amount. He's this tall kid as well. And he's 4'2" in the 40. And his vertical leap is just unbelievable. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, that's what's coming into the NFL this year. I mean, this is going to be exciting. I mean, so exciting. And all the different teams. And then you look at it. Last year, all the playoff teams. Which team has the most question marks? Think about that one. Which team? All right? In my opinion, it's the San Francisco 49ers. Because it's all about the quarterback, mind you. Look at the teams that made it into the playoffs. Really. And look at the teams that bowed out really early. Right? Tennessee, Tannehill. Tannehill's not Brady. Tannehill's not a Josh Allen. Tannehill is not a Mahomes. Tannehill's not a Haybear. Or Carr. I could go on and on. Not a Rodgers. Not a Garoppolo, that's for sure. And not a Matthew Stafford. No way. And he went out in the first round, right? As soon as, they sat out for the, because they won the AFC number 1 seed, but they got embarrassed by Cincinnati. And then, mind you, well, how about Kyler Murray? Where did he go against the Rams? Oh my God. It didn't even, that game by Kyler Murray, it looked like the guy didn't even belong on an NFL team, no less starting on an NFL team. And then, now he's wanting a contract extension. I mean, come on. Really? You aren't a Josh Allen. You're not on Patrick Mahomes. You're not even close in being a Lamar Jackson. And Deshaun Watson, sorry, you're not even close to being that type of talent. You're what, 5'9"? You can't really see over. Now, Russell Wilson's like around 5'10", 5'11", something like that. And, he gets out. Sometimes you can see Russell Wilson having a hard time seeing over the line, and, but his scrambling ability and his ability to have the big play out of the pocket, that's what's the key for Russell Wilson. Now, mind you, it's the same thing for Kyler Murray, but, with Kyler Murray, mind you, he's just not a Russell Wilson, He hasn't brought his team to, as many playoff games as Russell Wilson. That's for sure. And, and everyone busts on Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is 6'1". He's 6'1". Now, he's not as built big-wise, but he's 6'1". And man, are the Cleveland Browns just putting him over the coals. I mean, you have Deshaun Watson. Last week there was or I guess like 10 days ago, there was a 23rd girl that came forward. And now, tomorrow, I have good sources saying on the 6th of June, you're going to see the 24th girl come forward against Mr. Watson. Now, I'm not going to get into that at all. Nothing like that. Not going to talk about it. What I'm talking about is football. And let's just say, hypothetically, he's going to be suspended for 6 games. Most likely, I'm thinking 99% accurate that he'll probably be suspended. Suspended for how many games, we don't know. I think the NFL is just waiting on, these new allegations. Okay? Now, what happens to Baker Mayfield? I believe the Cleveland Browns are supposed to pay him $18.4 million this year. And that was, now, the Carolina Panthers were really involved with this, and they wanted the Cleveland Browns to take some of the salary, eat some of the salary, because they have. There's no way you're going to keep Sam Darnold, which is making the same amount of money, right? I think it was like 18.2 or something like that. And you're not going to have him as your backup and then bring in Baker Mayfield and spend the same exact amount of money. You know what I mean? And it's only going to be for like a year contract. So that's such a tricky situation in Cleveland, mind you. Very, very tricky. And this is the tricky point about this all in Cleveland. What happens if, Watson does get suspended? All right? Most likely he will, but who knows? I mean, for some odd reason, let's just say he does get suspended for 6 games, right? Well, the Jacoby Brissett is the backup on that, right? He would be playing. Now, who's better, Jacoby Brissett or Baker Mayfield? Who would you want to be playing in your team? And, of course, you're going to say Baker Mayfield. Any sane analysis, sports commentator, guru of sports would say that. Come on now. You know they would. So, 6'1", Baker Mayfield, plays for heart. He did have a great 2020 season. He had a great 2020 season. And the 2021 season was as good, but he got hurt on the 3rd game of the season, and then he played with a broken collarbone. I mean, the guy just had leg, foot injury, and he played. And that's guts. That's guts. And for the Cleveland Browns to treat him like this is just insane. There's no way. Everyone's like, well, then they'll call on Baker Mayfield and he'll play. He's contractually, he is under contract to play, right, for the Cleveland Browns. And the thing of it is that he's not going to report. There's no way he's going to report. Me, this is how I would handle all this. If I was Baker Mayfield, I'd be doing this. It's sort of like what I do, when I act, when I do stunts and stuff like that. I'm triple scale. If you want me to drive that yacht, that 52-foot cabin cruiser, and I know I'm the only actor, stunt guy that can do it, really well in San Diego, right, for Bayliner boats commercials. That's what I did. And the thing is that they knew I was the only actor, stunt guy that actually could do this. And, so I asked for more money. I knew that they were up against it. And I said, no, I won't be there until I get triple scale. And it works. It works. So getting to Baker's, contract, that's what I would do with Baker. I would say, what? Add 22 mil on top of that 18, make it 40, and then I'll help you out. Make them spend another 22 mil, right? Why not? Why not? What are they going to do? They're going to start bargaining, because guess what? They don't want to go 1-5 with Brissett, and who knows how many games Deshaun Watson's going to be sitting out. they might suspend him for a whole year. Who knows? They could. That could happen. That could happen. It could be 8 games. It could be 10 games. There's only 17 games in a season. These things could happen. They could happen. So you have to realize this and plan accordingly. And they're just doing Baker Mayfield so wrong. The Browns are just nasty doing him wrong right now. And, you have to put your step forward, and it is a business. So if I was Baker Mayfield, 22 on that, I'll come back. And you know what? And the thing is, guess what would happen? The Cleveland Browns, let's say they're 0-3, and there's like, we don't even know. The NFL might even give Mr. Watson another suspension because there's 4 more girls that came out, and now there's this ring where he's paid someone, blah, 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 and all this stuff that's going on in the media right now. I'm not going to get into it. But anyway, this is just hypotheticals, right? So hypothetically, something went on. He's not going to come back in 6 games. What's going to happen? I guarantee you they're going to reach in their pockets and they're going to pay Baker Mayfield what he requested. Or just bargain with him at least. Oh, why don't we do 12 and make it a third even? Oh, well, no. I wanted 20. And 20 is not 12. So why don't we do this halfway mark from 12 to 20? That's 8. So let's go 4 each. So you know what I mean? So he's making 36 mil for the year. You know what I mean? This is how I look at things. And I think, that would probably go on. If that scenario came about, I would play hardball if I was Baker Mayfield. Hats off to Baker, man. What a great, gutty performance last year. Sorry, brother, that they're treating you that way. And man, I love your commercials. I mean, love them. Love them to death. Love them to death. So, getting past that, you got Carolina, it's just stagnant. They got Matt Corral from Mississippi, and great. I'm glad for Matt, and then Sam Donalds, and there's Jimmy G still out there. I mean, Nikki's Niners, Jimmy G, she loves him. Nikki's all over Jimmy G. But, she loves those lines. So, the thing is that you have to realize that what's going on in San Francisco. They're wanting to move on with Trey Lance. Now, they were going over the injuries of last year. They were aware that Jimmy was going to go into surgery on his right shoulder, his throwing shoulder. And then the other thing was that they found out that Trey Lance was dealing with his index finger. His right hand index finger was all screwed up. So, I mean, that could have been his inaccuracy of throwing the ball. Man, I mean, I don't know what's up with Jimmy. I mean, he just cannot stop getting hurt. The poor guy. I mean, he is literally one of the winningest quarterbacks in the NFL right now, 2-1. And and there's not many that are like that, not many at all. And to be treated like he's been treated this offseason, even though he has surgery and everyone's waiting on it, his throwing shoulder, and see if he. But knowing Jimmy G, he's going to come out of it. He's going to come out of it. He's going to be throwing. He's a big guy, and the San Francisco 49ers, man, that's the question mark. Out of all the teams, what we started talking about, all the teams that are question mark, the big question is Jimmy G and the Niners and Trey Lance. I mean, it's all about the quarterback. Think about that. Baker Mayfield, quarterback. He really played hard last year, and I really can't wait to that guy get some respect. And and then you have Joe Burrow, I mean, how about Joe, going through the NFL and the AFC, like, going to the Super Bowl, and then Josh Allen looking all world, along with Patrick Mahomes, along with Matthew Stafford, along with Jimmy G, along with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, you can go on and on and on, man. It's all about the quarterback, the great quarterback that's, tackling this team, tackling the NFL, AFC, NFC, NFL, guys. That's what we're talking about. You have to just think about it. The talent now in the NFL is just amazing. And it went from me going to the EV show to me showing you how it's changing. Yes, we are all changing. Great. I think electric vehicles are phenomenal because it's going forward. We wouldn't have to worry about being on oil, that whole oil thing. The gas prices are outrageous. Why are the gas prices outrageous? Well, it's called commodity market, and the commodity market is hot right now, and guys are just, it's the stock market. They're buying oil, and it's up there, I think, $1.17 a barrel, Now, during the pandemic, it was like under $20 a barrel, and the OPEC and all the oil companies were losing money because, and then they cut back production. They all cut back production. They cut back production, and they cut back exports. Like it's just Saudi Arabia, and that's why we have the gas problem, the oil problem, and plus the war in Russia against Ukraine, excuse me. And all that combined. So what do you want to do? You want to move forward in life. Stop, complaining. Look into some EVs. I'm telling you, there was some nice ones. There was one. It was called the Indy, and it was really, really cool. It had 3 computers on it. 3 actual like dashboards, and they look like computers, like computer screens, right? And the front of the car is an actual computer. So the person in the passenger seat could actually be on the computer, cutting video, doing photos, and doing everything, and emailing everyone, and actually doing work in the car. This is what we're going to. We're just moving forward. And there's so many. There's the Volvo. That was amazing. The VW was amazing. The Pulsar was a really good looking car. Toyota, the BZ, man, BZ4X, man, wow. That car was amazing, and then there's the Lexus has come, has some stuff coming out. And then the BMW, oh my God, the Ford, and then there's this one that looks like an X5. It's an SUV. And look at my channel tonight. And I took a video of the screen in the BMW, the all-electric BMW that's coming out. It's the SUV. And man, it's so cool. It's just super AMOLED screen. Yeah. It's just amazing. And then the sound was just rocking, man. It was just, it's a great, this great attraction for people, And then there was a Lucid. That was the first time I ever saw a Lucid in person. Been reading on that a lot. Amazing car. It's very, if you're downsizing from, not downsizing, if you're going from like a BMW or a Cadillac or Mercedes, and you want to get into that type of luxury, but an electric vehicle. And now Mercedes is coming out with an electric vehicle. And, BMW has it and stuff like that. But the Lucid is just, it's an all-electric vehicle. It didn't come from a gas-powered vehicle to a electric vehicle. This company is just an electric vehicle company. And that was just amazing. Gorgeous inside. Just, wow. I was impressed. So, and I'm that impressed with the NFL this year. That impressed. I mean, look at the Las Vegas Raiders, guys. The Raiders have Crosby, right? And Chandler Jones on the ends. I mean, and you have the Chargers. Oh my God. The Chargers. Bosa. Oh. And Khalil Mack is back in the FC. Wow. I mean, it's going to be exciting. You have Floyd and Donald on the Rams. Wow. I mean, whew. Watch out, guys. Watch out. The Browns. Oh my God. The Browns. It goes on and on. You know, all these teams, you know, they have these amazing defensive ends that are going to rush the quarterback. And then you have all these guys coming out of college that have been playing against these guys, which means that these players that are like the offensive line that are coming out are bigger, stronger, faster, and can handle this type of defense. So you're going to see these high-powered offenses get even better, and you're going to see these defenses get even better. It's going to be like a show like no other, the 2022 show. Man, it's going to be exciting, people. Exciting. I just can't wait. I can't wait. And I needed to give you my experience of the EV Expo in Long Beach, California yesterday. It was such a great time. And I wanted to do the comparison of the NFL, how we're going forward with all this new, young, raw talent. And yes, the GOAT is going to be like 40-something years old. The guy's like, he's a monster, and I just can't, wow. He's coming back, and all this talent's coming back, and the Tampa Bay Bucks are going to be great. Now the Seattle Seahawks is another story. They were trying to maybe think of getting a Baker Mayfield, but believe that Drew Lock. I really believe Drew Lock will be starting on that team. Then they have the new running back that came. Oh my God! Even though Seattle is on a rebuild type of thing, I just think that they're going to surprise some people. The Jets, they're going to surprise some people. My buddy Brian Watson, he loves the Jets. And, just have to realize that, what's out there, all the raw talent that's out here. Look at the Giants, New York Football Giants. How about those guys? Man, wow. The draft, 5th and 7th pick, one of the best defensive ends and one of the best offensive tackles coming to the Giants. Wow. That's exciting. So, I mean, I can go on and on. Buffalo Bills. They look awesome this year. I mean, wow. It's going to be excitement. And watch out for those Ravens. Yeah, man. Those Baltimore Ravens. Watch out. I'm telling you right now. Watch out. I think that the Baltimore Ravens, I really have this feeling Lamar Jackson's going to go off. He's going to win the MVP. And they're going to go to the Super Bowl. And it's going to be wild. And the Ravens are going to hate themselves after he goes to the Super Bowl. And let's just say he wins the Super Bowl. Well, let me see. He'll get the MVP. He'll get the MVP of the Super Bowl. He'll win. And man, his salary. You think Deshaun Watson's deal was amazing. Wait until you see Lamar Jackson's the next year. Wow. It's going to be exciting. Guys, I will see everyone next week. I'm going to do a weekly thing here. Thanks for tuning in to the Calvin Dean Show. You have a wonderful Sunday.